Il Messaggero. This is an Italian newspaper. I buy an Italian newspaper every week, a different one. But I was touched by this one, that it is from this past Sunday, because it speaks here that the information about we have concerning those who are contagious in Italy, the numbers are not real. And they speak about a double version of the president of the, not of the president of Italy, but the premier of this nation. And in the next 2 pages, they speak about this article, and the premier, it seems to have paura, is fear about this information leaking, and then it speaks about the risk of how people have abused power. Il messaggero, the messenger. It is the first time that I see a newspaper in Italy that brings this to the public. I have seen this news in Argentina, Chile, in the United States, Canada, even in Great Britain. They have spoken about that the numbers of those who have been contagious, it doesn't seem real. So what we have experienced these weeks and months is something very strange. And that should be a concern for everyone. A concern because it seems like we are not able to see clear what's been taking place. And we as human beings that believe in God, our prayer should be that we should not allow evil to triumph on this earth. Because if good men do nothing, they are not able to stand for nothing. So we need to stand up, we need to rise up and to do something about it so that evil may not triumph in planet Earth. We cannot be silent. I don't know if you were able to see the story of Grace Community Church in Los Angeles, California. They were asked to not to have worship services, but people came to worship. So they have to open the doors, and the preacher, who was preaching just on TV and in the media, in social news, then he had to open, and 3,000 people came to worship. The name of the pastor is MacArthur, and then people came next week, and now he has a problem with the government because he's been asked to shut down the church, and he has to find himself and to open the church because people is coming to worship. You see, Christians should not be afraid to do what is right and not to obey a law that it is not about doing what is right in the eyes of God and in the eyes of the law. If in the United States, for instance, they have liquor stores open and people can have an abortion during the lockdown, why churches should be closed? I understand that almost 14 million abortions have been taking place in planet Earth during these months. And the number concerning people who have died of this Chinese virus is not more of people who have died of pneumonia. So our prayer should be that we need to get out of our houses, get out of our churches, not only pray, but to be proactive, operativo. This is the way you say it in Italian. You go out and you manifest yourself of your concerns and to do what is right in the eyes of God and in the eyes of men, and do not allow politicians to do things that are for their own benefit and not for the benefit of all. And it seems to me that this is what has been taking place during this so-called pandemic. My dear friends, let us rise up in faith and let us fight the good fight, not only in faith, but for our lives, our families, our towns, our cities, and our nations. Let us rise up. Amen.